Everybody in the galaxy, welcome back to this beautiful planet. It's planet Earth. I'm going to play you some sounds from this planet of ours. Planet of ours. It's 2:22 where I'm at. How about you? It's Tape Tuesday. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to make a freaky cassette tape loop. Of course, you know the drill, my friends. And you know, I got the Tascam 414. It's my most trusty. Playing you a little bit of Electrified Rain. Whoa! And this video mixer that I'm running it through, it's a bit on the fritz. It's been on the fritz for a while, but luckily I think it kind of worked itself out here a little bit. It was just doing all sorts of crazy glitchiness. So, freaky teddy bear with my video mixer. Sure is cute though. I mean, pretty. Oh boy, how we doing out there? We got Kiera in the chat, of course. We got Gonzin lurking in the chat. How we doing, Gonzin? We got Master Tiger in the chat. Welcome back, Master. We got Dolphin in the chat. How we doing, Dolphin? We got Dolphin saying, dive in, everyone. Let's dive in. What are we going to do today? Well, we're going to make a cassette tape loop. I got all the gear right on the table here. Now look at this. I got a bit of a strange illusion for you. We're going to get a little bit magical. I'm always trying to get magical. But look at this silly illusion that happened. This is what kind of cassette is that? I don't know. We know that this is a normal cassette tape, but what is this? It's also a normal cassette tape. And if you know anything about illusions, I'm feeling giggly today. I don't know. There's some latency, so I got a little bit of a wiggle and a jiggle in my ears. Anyways, with this illusion I've got going on. How do they pull that off? Let's see. Well, I have it's just a giant stack of tapes. So you guys missed it. Freaky Teddy brought in the mail the other day, and I have a whole new collection of brand new, I assume. Well, I got 8 of these. Look at this. This is 8 cassette tapes wrapped up times 8 times this stack right here. And why am I telling you about all these cassettes? Well, look, I made every single one of these here into a cassette tape loop. I did that for the last Ease show. That was last Thursday. If you mixed it, and I mixed it, you may have missed it. So there's a link in the description if you're interested in the Ease episode. It was 5. Really cruising with the Ease shows. I want to get another one scheduled for ya. Anyways, we got Kenneth in the chat. Ooh, what has Kenneth got for us? Got a quote of the day, of course. Kenneth, how we doing? Let's see what Kenneth is saying. Kenneth is saying, the beat is the heartbeat of music. When you feel it, you live it. That's a good one. I like that. It's all about the beat. All right. So, yeah, you know, it's Tuesday. We took a break last week from Tape Tuesday. I needed a bit of a break. But now, I need a bit of some tape looping magic. Oh, let's see. I wanted to play you some of these loops from the Ease show. I played... Well, let's see. The top 2 did not get into the last Ease episode. But, you know, that's a lot of tape loops right there. Even made a couple of those with the old white shells. But, yeah, so we're tape rich. I'm tape rich over here. Not sure if that means anything, but I got a lot of tapes. Let's play a couple of these tape loops for you before we make the tape loop for the week. Okay, and of course, I got some echo and some reverb happening, and I think we might use that to get a little bit extra freaky later when we make our cassette tape loop. I kind of want to do a bit of a feedback loop situation with that. Thinking about running the synthesizer through the echo and then taking the echo, sampling it into the Casio SK1, which, hey, you guys, I got it. I got the Casio SK1. Now that's a freaky tape loop right there. So a couple weeks ago, I unboxed a whole bunch of Casios. This is indeed SK1, and it was so grimy and dirty that I had to do I had to disassemble it. Anyways, so it's all clean. I retrobrighted the keys. It looks like I'm in a retrobrighting factory right now. Maybe I'll end up a little bit cleaner after all this purple. Wow. Okay, so I'm thinking that's a bit of a rubbish tape loop. I'm kind of glad that one didn't make it into the show. But I still got a whole ton of them. These are a little bit weird. Sometimes they run and sometimes they don't run. Let's give it some reverb here. That one has got a bit of crunch to it. Gotta love the crunch. We got Hen in the chat. Welcome back, Hen, of course. How you doing, my man? Now you can tell that is a Casio tape loop for sure, I mean. And I probably recorded that one in reverse. I do tend to do things like that, so let's hear how it sounded normal-wise. It's got a heavy... kind of nice. I like it. All right, so I got a whole bunch of these tape loops. I feel bad making tape loops without you guys on Tape Tuesday, but my Ease show, I need a lot of tapes to make that show fresh. And I had a good time on that last one. That was Thursday. This is the tape loop that kind of sounded like a bit of a dolphin. Got some staticky dolphin vibes. Where's Dolphin? I see you, Dolphin. Yeah, that was cool. It was a good show. I rather enjoyed that one. And I pulled out the OB6 to make quite a few of these. That is definitely an OB6 tape loop there. How we doing out there? Oh, we got Claire in the chat. Good morning, Claire. How you doing? That's a nice one. I really enjoy the tape loops that get you into a kind of a hypnotic mood. That's a keeper. Some of these aren't keepers. It's crazy. I spent the whole day making this stack of tape loops for the Ease show, and it's it's very easy to just burn through all of them. And what I mean by that is just record all of them way too fast. You got to think about it. You got to do the think. This one. So there's something weird with. It's either these tapes. I think it's the tapes. Not sure what it is. Maybe it's because they have the record tab still in, but they get a little glitchy. So oftentimes, wow, that's a lot of reverb there. It's like the Winnie the Pooh Bumblebee one. We're gonna pass on that one. And what I was trying to say is sometimes you got to take a toothpick and give it some give it some space. No, let's see. Let's burn through these really quick if we can. Yeah, that's nice. So sometimes you gotta. This one's working just fine, but some of these that will stop, and if you put a toothpick in right there, it pushes it up a bit and makes it work a little bit better. I know you. Can you see what I'm? That's actually beautiful. I don't know how to clear that up. I don't know if I want to clear that up. There we go. So yeah, like I was saying before, this video mixer that I'm running this channel on, it's a bit been on the fritz. So it starts out black and white. You may have seen that in the beginning of the episode, and then I guess the capacitor gets enough charge, and then it kicks the color back in, and then it starts to act a little bit normal. But it's been worrying me the last 3 shows. It's just been full on rolling, glitched out. Anyway. All right, that's a nice happy tape loop. Maybe we should just bathe it in reverb. That's the thing to do, right? Definitely been on a bit of a Casio kick lately. So we are going to use the SK1. We used the SK10 last week because it was a clean machine, and my SK1 was a very dirty machine. It had, what did Master Tiger say? It had some kind of patina on it, and it was not the good kind of patina. It was definitely the grimy kind. Let's continue with our catching you up on tape loops from the E show. This is one of those strange, kind of reminds me of the deep dark. Like the warden is trying to crawl out of the ground or something. That's a great one. Love it. On to the next one. This is another one of those tapes that is having a bit of a trouble playing. So if I put a little toothpick in there, it's all about the janky solutions, right? I got my dodgy toothpick. I got my janky Tascams. Still don't know why my second Tascam was not playing Electrified Rain last week. It was weird. It played the whole show, and then it seemed like it just didn't want to play that last tape. This is cool. A lot of these tape loops are not meant to be, playing all 4 tracks at once, so... Gotta love a nice drone on Tape Tuesday. Let's keep it moving. This is an older tape. It's not from the new collection. So, but I'll play it. Play you some tapes. That's a lovely tape, but too. It's a new recording on an old tape loop. I think it was We tried to get that one to work, I remember, on a Tape Tuesday episode, and it just would not work. It was one of those mystery tapes. So I put it in the fix it up pile. The fix it up chappy. That's very nice. I think that's also the OB6. Super fuzzy. I don't know. I was thinking about the OB6 a bit. It's sad that I can't really show it. I ought to get another camera view going, but we'll see if that ever happens. You get 3. That's all you get. You get 3 cameras, 3 feedback loops. Whoa! But I am thinking about doing a new episode of Feedback Friday. That might be nice because I got some surprises for ya. Let's burn through the rest of these tapes. Let's figure it out. Let's figure something out here. Ooh, I like that. That sounds... What does that sound like? We got JJ Huggins in the chat. How you doing, my man? Now that track is a bit wiggly for me. That's a freaky tape, this one. I like that. Maybe I'll have to do a cave expedition. We got JJ in the chat saying fur ya. I'm blaming that on Kiara. She's the one that always walks around saying fur ya. That's what's up. Love you guys. Yeah, that's... Woo. That's a heavy tape loop. Should we speed it up? Let's kick it into Tascam speed here. Wow. The intensity of this tape loop. Wow. That's a good one. I gotta play through these because, you know, I made them so fast. They don't have labels on them, so it's kind of a mystery to me. And that's one of the things I like about my Ease show is I just get a whole stack of tapes ready. I get them all prepared, and then it just happens randomly. I feel like a Vegas cassette tape card dealer. Pick a card, any cassette. What'd you get? Yeah, wow. Heaviness. Wow. That is, wow. Whoa. Anyways, that's why we do this. Analog synthesizers and analog recording devices. That's magnetic. I'm attracted to that sound. Yeah. Now this reminds me, oh man, this gives me a nice hit of nostalgia. This reminds me of when I was a wee lad driving around with me dad. JJ, where are you, my man? This reminds me, there was an album that U2 came out with in the 90s called U2 Pop, and it was a little bit different, and that's why I liked it. But This sounds like one of those songs. What do you think? I can't remember which song. It's the one that goes, "'Cause I want to save your soul." Where's my 303? That's a good sound. I like that loop. And you can hear it in the next Ease episode. Yeah, that'll be a good one. What do we got next? Let's try out another tape loop. Oh, this one needs to... It's all about hopping the pin and dropping the pick. That's cool. You know, I had the thought I really should be recording these shows. I don't record them. They just kind of get MP4'd straight onto YouTube, and then I pick them up after the fact. But there's a lot of good samples that happen in here, and I do make sample banks. And if you're interested in those, check it out. I got a link in the description. It's electricarchaic.com. You can get some sample banks from me for ya. Now, this one is called Deep Dark. Shout outs to the Minecraft freaks out there. We'll see if it stands up to the last one, which is even deeper and darker, I imagine. That is definitely the warden spawning in. Yeah, this is that one. I think during Ease episode 5, it was last Thursday. This is the one I think Gonzin was saying, whoa. Yeah, it's got that. Ooh. Like that ominous, old school, ravey, stabbed kind of feeling. I like it. Again, it's one of those random things. That's where the magic is, right? It can also mess up when you're going random with it, but ooh, that's serious. Seriously deep. Wow. And this one is just another OB6 tape loop I made on 8/27. This year has flown by, I think. I was thinking, I had this weird thought, and I know that some of you synth freaks out there probably had the similar thought, but I was trying to get these sounds out of my OB6, and I was just thinking to myself, they all sound the same. There's so much power in that synthesizer. And they all were just sounding very Oberheimish. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I should get rid of this synthesizer. Trade it for something. But now I hear this, and I think, there's no way I'm going to get rid of that. I try to be like Gonzin, right? It's like, no new synthesizers until an existing one gets sold. That's a good rule, Gonzin, although we're known to break it, aren't we? All right. Once again, welcome back, everybody. It's Tape Tuesday. Let's get set up to make our tape loop for the week. All right, I got all the gear right here, and I got one of those brand new tapes I was talking about. And this one should be new because it has this little jobber in here. I guess that's to keep it from spinning in shipping. Anyways, these are pretty good. Well, they're okay. Like I said, they have that thing where some of them tend to stop, and I'm not sure if that's just because maybe the loop's too tight and it's getting stuck in there. Tapes are really weird. If you've joined us in our group Discord chat, we are doing all sorts of strange cassette tape experiments. Ooh, that's nice. Let's see if we can make a tape loop today that can stand up to all of these great ones. Okay, until then, you know what the deal is. It's Electrified Rain by yours truly. Let's get it going. We need some background music. All right. That's nice. Okay, so this is the time, my friends. Let's make this tape loop happen. But first, give a nice salute to Ease episode 5. I like that show. I really like that show. Okay, let me see here. Oh, I'm missing one thing. It's a microphone stand. Maybe I could just do this. Do the twist-a-rooney. That might work. Twist-a-rooney time. Okay, and of course it's extremely freaky and moody with all my VHS weirdness. I'm trying to be the only guy in the galaxy that's running a live stream on VHS. Maybe we'll start a fad. I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to clear this up a little bit. Get some light on the subject for ya. It's for ya. Where's Kiara? I missed that Kiara. Always joking around, making fun of the weird things I say. Okay, so let's hop in there like a white rabbit. There's one. Another tape loop. This is the style we're going to make today. Just the standard. I call it the Tank Tread style. And there are a lot of different types of tape loops that you can make. But this one, it's obviously don't call me lazy. I just showed you a whole stack of these. No. But it just works the best. And I got my measurements all set out on the ruler. I got a couple of marks there. Anyways, so yeah, you got to get out to your local thrift shop, car boot sale. I don't know, even peruse a little bit of the eBay for some of these old cassette tapes. The new ones, you can get new ones. You can get them without any tape in them. You can get them with a lot of tape in them. You can get new old stock, but the best ones are the grimy. No, the best ones are. Like this package I got. I think I got about 87 cassette tapes, and only about 5 or 6 of them had some pre-recorded rubbish on there. Although there was a Dolly Parton song on one of them, and I, of course, was playing it in reverse on the beloved Tascam and saturated it with reverb. It sounds amazing. I wish I could play it for you, but I can't. Because of copyrights. That would be copy wrong. Okay, we're gonna probably get rid of the slip mats today. I want to act like they help, but I'm not sure if they actually do. So forget it. This is my upgraded technique. Been talking about it for a few weeks. You just cut right in there, and now this part. On these cassettes, it's a little tricky. There's a bit two chunks of this leader here. Try to just slice it off. Keep track of that. You gotta make your little cassette tape fly with that flyboy there. I mainly just don't want these chunks getting stuck into any of my machines. Richard. We got Richard today. It doesn't look like Richard is in the chat, but that's my quote for Richard. My quote of the day for Richard Crook, my friend, in the chat sometimes. So many machines, Richard. Okay. So many inside jokes. Gotta love it. So I got my splicing tape from Splice It. These guys are great. They make the splicing tape you need and the splicing blocks you want. Don't you wanna? Okay, I'm not gonna trim that. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that splicing tape. It's nice to be back here for a Tape Tuesday. It's also nice to take a bit of a break and give you an ease show. I think I might do another ease show as soon as possible. Geez, I was gonna say maybe I would do it next Tuesday instead of Tape Tuesday, but I feel like maybe I'll do an ease show. I don't know. What do we think? Just do Thursday ease. Still trying to figure out what the best days are and the best time zones are for my shows. I know I got some great ones over in Asia, and it's just way too early for them, so I might have to do a nice late show for you beautiful Asian time zone people. That's what I'll call you. I sure love you all. Okay, so I taped that up, and that's ready for storage, assuming it's blank, although this whole batch had a ton of them. Look at me. I got them all wrapped up. I feel like I don't know, one of those mobster movies or something. Did you bring the tapes? I got the tapes you need. All right, let's get rid of the slip mat. We're gonna let it slide this time. Oh, right. So where are we at? We got our reel. I'll put that over here. I guess we got to measure out that tape. This is moving a little faster than I expected it to. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's my brain. I'm in a perma-time warp for some reason or another. It's because I'm from the future. I wish. Well, maybe you can have your wish come true. I don't know if that's a good thing to do or not, though. I'm from the future. We had to come back. We had to come back here for ya. Had to rethread the timeline or something. Okay, that these things bug me. Little tape scraps. Okay, so you know the plan, man. I got the high bias Fuji. Let's do a little checkup on this Fuji. When I started, it had a lot more tape, and this is it's a 90. Yeah, so the 90 is about as high as you want to go. So I know TDK makes a type. I think it's a Type 2 cassette, and it's probably the SA110 or SA100. They had to change the thickness of the tape, not the width, but the thickness of the tape to get it to hold all of that tape in there, 110 minutes worth of tape playing at a normal speed, which we're not doing here, of course. So when you go for the 90, that's a bit better because I've heard that the thinner tape can snap when you're rewinding it or anything like that. And I don't know if it's better quality, if there's more magnetic particles on here, but this is a high bias tape that I have sacrificed for my tape loop making machine. Welcome to the machine. Okay, so that's my Type 2 cassette tape dispenser. Back again for a Tuesday near Tuesday. It's a lot of fun coming out here and just doing the tape ritual. It was Gonzin. I'll say it until the end of time. It was Gonzin, unless it was Hen. I get some of you guys mixed up sometimes, but I'm pretty sure it was Gonzin that said, I have to make the tape loop every Tuesday. It's part of the ritual. I tried it out one time where I just fired right in with a backup tape loop. Yeah, I got 2 backup tape loops hanging out there. And if we need them, we can use them. Okay, well, I don't need to trim that. So the trick here, oh, there it is. This is why I thought it was going fast, because I didn't even have my splicing block. It's the scary part. It's the serious part. So you need a nice splicing block, and I have a little chunk of leader here that helps me out here. You'll see in a second. And this, I would say, get a nice brand new razor. This, I've only used this for tape, so it's pretty clean, but I don't know when it would be time. It's still cutting fine. That's all that counts. Okay, so I need this little piece of cardboard from the razor, and I put the tape in, and there we go. This little tape jobbers. I'm just going to put that in this box. Was it last Tape Tuesday? I made a little dragonfly out of the tape jobbers. It was silly. It was silly business. So I'm using the bit of cardboard here to just lay that tape down. Lay it down nice and easy in the splice-in block. Okay, let's see if I have enough space for this. But this mark here on the splicing block goes to the 10-inch line there. All right. And I don't have enough space, as usual. Okay. Now I feel like I need to go just a little bit extra on this, and I can do that when I fold it over here. But I've been noticing that these tapes have been just a little bit tight. And I don't know if it's the shell. The shells are all different. There are certain standards that they have to kind of keep with the shell, but then I've noticed there's all sorts of randomness that can happen. I feel like there's like sensitive standardized parts inside, and there are other things where they let it slide. Okay, so with this tape leader, I put that on where I can, well, it's a guard. So when I loop the tape around, which I'm going to do right here, make sure not to Mobius it. And then the way I have it all set up, it cuts perfect right here on this line. And I take the diagonal cut because I feel like that alleviates some of the splice sound. So I'm going to give a little extra this time because something has gotten a little bit strange around here. I don't want to if I don't have to, but I will. You know, my friends, I will hop the pin if I need to. And that's this pin right here. Or this one right there. Okay. Now that's working. It's working great. Hope you're all having a good day, a good evening, a good morning. Did you have a happy breakfast? I find myself perpetually quoting Bill Alexander, my favorite painter. You got to check him out if you haven't already. He's the guy who he was Bob Ross's teacher. Make sure to know that before you think that he's copying Bob Ross. No, one person was copying the other, and it wasn't Bill. Bill was my man. Okay, I just mangled the tape. Oh no. I was getting a little bit too happy about something. Maybe we'll let it slide. I was tempted to redo the whole thing, but it's just a cassette tape after all. Now, when I cut it, I kind of try to go forward and down. I don't like to chop it because it can I think it pulls the tape in, and then you don't get a clean splice. So you want to do a nice slice. And let's see. This is where I got to get in there. And that should do it. It's always different. I was trying to go for a quality slice. All right. That sounds good. So now it's Twizzler time. Get your tweezers. So I grab this. Maybe I'll zoom you in just a little bit. It's such a strange, I don't know. It's not that strange to me, but I can only imagine that there might be some normal people out there that tune in to the Tape Tuesday show and would just wonder, what is going on? That was funny. Someone during one of my Ease shows made a comment comment in the chat saying, "Oh, if only there was a show that told us how to make these tape loops." That was funny. I don't remember who said that, but you're probably in the chat family still here today. I think it might have been Hen, but oh well. Okay, now that's for tape fly later. Later tape fly. Splicing tape time. Now I had been cutting this splicing tape at a bit of an angle, but I feel like I'm not doing that anymore for some reason. I don't know. There's someone in the group Discord. It was Draco, I think, in the group Discord that said a very, very small amount of tape was helping. Gosh, that is not sticking. Draco was using a very small amount of tape to alleviate some kind of... He was doing like a circus tape loop. I think that's what I'll call that. It wasn't a Oodles of Noodles tape loop. Okay, it's time to make the tape fly. Although this... Let's see. This might be more of a tape... It's a tape worm. Oh no, it's like a tape snake. It might have like... Anyways. I'm not collecting those. Those are indeed going to the trash. Okay. All right, so what are we doing? We are trying not to get too distracted here. We've got to keep it moving. Okay, so I've gone back to the straight tape splice with a small amount like that. These things have a mind of their own. But listen, do you guys hear that? That's the Total Recall portion of Electrified Rain, and I love it every time. I don't know what I did there, but it's very nice. It reminds me of Total Recall, of course, my favorite movie. There's a lot of good movies out there, but I will say that I'm pretty sure Total Recall is my ultimate, absolute #1 favorite. Used to watch that as a kid with Big JJ. I just recently watched that movie. It's a lot of fun because you always pick up something new. Okay, I'm praying that this is indeed a happy tape loop that we're making. See all that extra? That's the other wing to our tape fly. I'll put that in there for... Okay, so last things last, I grab the splice and I just push it down. Now you can't really... I can't even see. And that might be a good thing. When you can't see the splice, it should be a happy splice. All right, we're ready for that. Don't lose your leader guard. I call that the leader guard. There we go. That's my nice splicing block. The angle cut there and the straight cut. I might try some straight cuts, but I'm pretty sure the angle cut is the one. I think we're done with the razor. Let's cover that back up. Okay. Got to keep it clean. This was the fiddly part, but I think I've kind of got a handle on it. So we're going to take the pins. We're not hopping them. These tapes were a little bit more fiddly because I think the felt jobber... It's either... Yeah, woo, that's good. I think I did it. What was I saying? The felt jobber is a bit of a thick one on these. And here we go. Let's close it up. It's like reverse oyster shucking. Oh. Gotta watch out for those square teeth. Where's Monosynth Monday? Are we missing Monosynth Monday? I know it's been a bit of a while. I should get on that. Maybe we'll do Monosynth Monday next week. What do you think? You got anyone want some 303 freakiness in the chat room? Okay, let's put it back together. I do tend to use just one screw when I'm testing it out, but I'm feeling lucky about this one today. Let's put all 5 back in. I have too many screws for cassette tapes just lying around. I won't do it anymore. Let's put all the screws back in. But I should be good enough at making the cassette tape loop not to have to pull it back apart. But my track record begs to differ. And it feels good to just have all your screws in place. Sometimes it feels a little fun to let the screws get a little bit loose. But you don't want to lose your screws. It's kind of like marbles. I got a bunch of marbles. Where's my marble collection? I swear, am I one of these strange lucky people that just finds marbles everywhere I go? It seems like every time I go anywhere, I find a marble. And they're not usually the really cool kinds. They're usually just kind of like the normal clear ones or the standard cat eye. That's like the standard tank tread tape loop. You know what time it is. It's time to listen for that splice. So let's do it. Let's get the Tascam. It's a Tascam takeover. I don't know. That's fun. Maybe I should do that someday. Okay, let's listen for the splice. You can also look for it too, but the new tape loop technique. It's a quiet one. Yeah, I can hear the splice. I can hear it, but I should have had it. I don't have any backup tape loops that have a hefty splice, but I might have a tape loop around here that has a hefty splice. Maybe I'll find one of those. Let's see. It's one of the old ones. It's starting to become... I'm not going to say it's a problem, but it is definitely a thing where I have a ton of tapes now. Every Tuesday we get one tape, but every Ease show it seems like I add 10 tapes to the collection. I'm just trying to find a really old one, and it's tough to do that because they all look the same. That's tape Tuesday 15. That might be... I was probably using the new technique then. I need an older tape loop. This is Tape Tuesday episode 1, tape 2. Looks like we made 2 tape loops that day. Let's listen for a really hefty splice. I want to show you. Because I'm trying to brag a little bit about how good my... It was a full-on symphony that no one asked for. You gotta let it ride, let it slide. Let's see if we can. Okay, can you hear the splice on there? That's why we're doing this. It's got a. That is a weird tape loop. That was the first Tape Tuesday episode. How cute. So you can hear that splice. It's horrific. You can hear it more with more tracks, but hey, that's cool. Anyways, well, we got Kiera in the chat saying your color effects are epoch today. What is that? Epoch. I like that. That's track 4 on Tape Tuesday episode 1, tape 2. If you're playing it the forward way, maybe we should flip it around and hear it in reverse, because we can do that. Okay, so if it was track 4 and you flip it, whoa, it's track 1 now. Let's give it some reverb. That's fun. That reminds me of, it's always sci-fi something or other, but that is definitely the scanning, the empirical, the Empire scanning droid in Star Wars. And that one is like a freaky Teddy It's the bell. You know, if you need to put a collar on your robotic freaky teddies so that they stay chained to the DJ booth so that they can DJ you tapes, that would be the little collar that you'd have. Ding, ding, ding. He's running away. Get that freaky back here. Ah, freaky. Where's freaky? I see you, freaky. Freaky Titty is babysitting a baby Casio right now. And that's going to be it for that. Whoa. That was a lot of excitement. Okay, so that was a fun demonstration as well. Now listen to the splice. If you can, call me if you can. It's very minimal. All right, so let's see what we can do as far as making our most favorite tape loop ever. Look at this. It's just tapes galore. I have like 4 other boxes of tapes just like this, and they're all loops. And you can catch them all on ease. Episode 6. Give me a like and subscribe if you're having fun here today, and if you want to see where this is all going. It's mainly about having fun. I think making music and using the creative power it's my favorite thing. I think it's the best thing. We are creator beings. So what are you making? Let's get the workstation all figured out here. Probably zoom out a bit and drop in a synth. Like I said, we got the Casio SK1 today. I got it. It was such a dirty dirt monger, I'll even call it. Oh, there's some other variations on on that I won't call it. Let's see if it fits. That's the thing. I'm trying to get all these small baby synths so that you can see them. The OB6 does not fit on the table here. Only my gear. So let's fashion some freaky sounds. Now, I need a cable for that synth, and it's going to be one of these mono ones with the big boy or the small boy. So for the Casio SK1, I don't think I can get any more view. Oh, I can, just a little bit. Anyways, let us turn it on here. Let's see. I still have a bit of just too many tapes around. It's always too many tapes. I'm going to plug in the Tascam. Of course, let's do track 1 and give a nice level. And so I had this idea that I wanted to maybe use the reverb, and I might have to do some strangeness for that. But if I can play something on the Casio into reverb and then take the reverb back into the Casio to sample it, that might sound pretty cool. But it might be a little bit weird to do that. And there might be some feedback. I don't know. Anyways, let's turn the volume of the baby Casio SK1 all the way down. It's nice to start a little bit low and set this for record. Give it a little bit of level on the mic line. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So we got Casio. So that's the reverb I'm talking about. If I can get it to swell out and record that to tape, that's what I'm going for today. Unless any of you have a better idea, which I bet you don't. No, I'm sure you guys have a lot of good ideas. We got Kenneth back in the chat with another quote of the day, and I feel like it's appropriate. Kenneth is saying, there's no right or wrong way to make music. If it feels good, then it's right. And that's an old saying similar to an old saying I used to say, where if it sounds good, it is good. But all you mixing and mastering engineers out there will probably disagree. And but you know what? You just got to make something that you like. And the planet will be better off because of it. So let's see. I got the avalanche run going here, and I got to wire it up a little bit strange so that we can use the output and bring it in. Bring it into tape. Okay? It's kind of annoying. I need to do something about that. When it's laying flat, I put little seashells on it and it kind of deadens it. But when it's not, it's just blinding you. Okay, so that's what we're working with. Let's see here. Let me give it a... I want to maybe make it faster on the repeats, add more repeats, more of that. And that's just going to run away. Too much. We got Claire in the chat saying, I love the reverb idea. Hey, I thought it was a good idea. I'm glad you love it, Claire. All right. What else we got going in the chat? Just the usual suspects bustling around there. And I suppose I could be... It always feels weird when there's no soundscape. It's kind of quiet. Kind of silent. A blank canvas sometimes is intimidating, isn't it? Oh boy, let's see. Let's change up the sound here to... That's the human voice one. And it's weird because it has a bit of an echo on it. The SK... Oh boy. I'm flubbing like crazy. That's a cool vibe though. Maybe we should keep that. Makes you feel a little bit of wonder in the galaxy. Did you guys realize that we're floating in a galaxy right now? It's just been going on for, I think, billions and billions of years. Can you even comprehend a million? You might be able to comprehend a million, but can you comprehend a happy galaxy and a happy planet? I hope you can. That's what we're trying to make here. On the galactic level. Yes. That's my song for the galaxy, for a happy galaxy. Oh, right. So let me see. I gotta get this wired up. It's not wired up. So it's a stereo echo reverb pedal, and the tail might need to be a bit longer, but not too long that it howls around, as George Martin would say. You don't want it to howl around, not too much anyway. Okay, so that's sounding pretty good. What I gotta do, I've got to then take one of these outputs and feed it back into the tape machine, and then we can record it. So if I just grab myself a normal boy, that's a mic cable, mic to quarter inch. I got all these cool cables here ready for action. But I don't have the right one. I got to grab a 1/4 inch cable. Let me put in some background noise for you. It's just too quiet without it. You gotta feel like you're in the jungle a little bit. And there we go. Let's remember, and now this is cool. There's all these steps and stages, of course. Whoa. One step is to tape over the right protection tab We don't have to do that on here because these are actually ready to go, blank tapes. They have a tab in them, so it's going to be nice. We won't be seeing the tape on these anytime soon. The other tape for this Tuesday you really do need is a small piece of scotch, and you got to put that over the erase head. There, that should do it. This is going to be a weekly thing, and be me just talking about strange mysteries. I don't know. I can't manage all the variables, consciously anyway. So, we need... Okay, I got the 1/4-inch cable right here. Now that I'm gonna take it. I don't. It's different. So with the Casio SK1, it does have a 1/4-inch mic input, and I'm hoping that that's not gonna get blown out or anything. I imagine the microphone might not be at line level. I feel like we're gonna be feeding line level into it. And it just barely reaches, so let's be careful here. I'm going to turn the volume down on the SK1. Oh boy, maybe I should shut off all the effects on the Tascam. This is feedback loop territory here, and we love feedback loops. I have a theory that the universe is a feedback loop, but that is a conversation for another Tuesday. Now this is going straight into my Ableton here. I'm unplugging. No, that's an input. What am I doing? We got the... I'm gonna just take this output. Watch your ears. This is gonna get a little bit potentially sketchy here. And that's fine with me. Okay. Now, one of the channels is coming out of here. I wish I could keep this in frame, but it's, we got a live wire. Ah! Now, if I could just get... Welcome to my dodgy studio situation. Okay. Now, I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared. Feedback brain. So if I play something on the Casio, it will go into the Tascam, right? And then I can give it some of this effect, and then it will go in here, into the Avalanche run, and then out, back again, into the Casio for sampling. And we're going to try that, although I don't know if we should try it with a sample first. I got more Casios. We can pull them out. I'm trying not to play out the Casio craziness too much, but I have been having a lot of fun with them. Well, it's just... I don't know. This is freaky. It's scary even, because it's a feedback loop. But there is a gate because of the sampler. Well, let's hear it. Okay, so that is giving some echo. Let's give it some more. Maybe we change the instrument here on the Casio. Not hearing too much. Okay. Need a little bit more echo. I'll give you the half and half view, and you can try to scramble your brains and figure out what I'm doing. Okay, that's going to howl around, it sounds like. I'm kind of trying to just design up a nice reverb chord sound here. Echo, rather. Now, I don't want it to howl too much. Well, or at all, because it runs away with itself. And now, this is the time where, yep, we gotta end the background noise and make the new one. So here, I'm gonna... Oh man, it's a freaky feedback loop. So whenever I feel ready to, I will hit the sampling button here and it should record this. And I hope it's not coming in way too hot. I don't have a lot of control over that because it's just coming straight out of a pedal. So if you guys are following me, we're going to do it. And hopefully it sounds really nice. That's one thing that we haven't tried yet is recording echo reverb. My brain hurts. So let's just try it. Now, it might not be enough volume for that. Coming out of the avalanche run, I'm not sure how to really add volume. Let's see. Let's try it. Okay, so it grabbed that. And now it's howling around. Let's stop the howl. I need some kind of a holder for this so that you guys can see what's happening. We got the tape underneath it. Hopefully it's not going to cause any interference. Let's hear our sample now. Oh gosh. Yeah, so it is coming in probably way too hot, and now I feel bad. Ay. It's just straight distortion. It's a mic input, so I need a different cable for that. There is a mic input that is 1/4 inch on this baby Casio on the SK1, and there is an input that does the 3.5 millimeter and 1/4 inch. That sounds terrible. Luckily, I got cables for days. Let's try that again. So here on the Casio, there, I knew that was gonna happen. I just knew it. Let's plug it into input. I imagine that'll take a line level. The other one. Oh boy. That was me hitting the top key. That did sound a bit Aphex Twin, though. That's my best impression of Aphex Twin on the fly. Where's Richard? So many machines, Richard. Okay, this is a cable mess. Now, very carefully, let's get back onto the avalanche run. Okay, do a swapperoonie. Here we go. And I'm hoping this is happier. I do think it takes a different level. And we probably got people in the chat making fun of me for being a freak, but it's okay. I like it that way. That was weird. I heard someone else's voice, but it was mine. That was weird. Hello? Now I'm freaking myself out. Ooh. Okay, let's get back to business here. Now that's still that terrible sample. We're gonna have to go back to some organy thing, or not the drums. That's also Total Recall and a bit of Blade Runner blues. That might be a good sample to grab. Should we try it? A bit too dissonant. Let's stick to the original plan here. Let's find that one. That was very, very nice. Okay. Kill the repeats on the echo. Bit too dissonant. These things can distort easily if you haven't noticed, so you kind of want to keep them, what's the word, homogeneous or friendly with each other. Keep them pitches friendly. Sample it. Please don't be too loud, because if it is, I don't know what we're going to do, guys. It's very nice indeed. Ooh. Now we are talking. And that is also going through the reverb again. So in this case, I feel like we need to switch it over here to track 4. We'll use track 1 as our reverb maker. Let's set this for record because, ooh, and what are we in? Tascam mode, running it super fast? We'll keep it in the fast mode, but I'll pitch it all the way down here on the Tascam. Let's see. That's too hot. We should probably change the envelope on this too. There's a way to do that. Let's see. Just any one of them. That's got a bit of attack. That's going to sound great. I like that a lot. So let's see. Let's play the tape, and then we're ready to record a track. Let's listen for the splice. I should be looking for the splice. I like to record right after I see the splice cross over the playhead. But I got to get my notes ready. Sounds like a windy organ in a church or something, like pushing air. Sorry, I got to figure it out. And that is confusing, isn't it? It's like choose one view. Let's choose the Tascam because that's where I'm going to hit record on. Now the sample does end, so if I wonder, just trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing here for this. Doing a bit of a think. The biggest problem is you don't know what the BPM is of a random tape loop. So I like to fire in with the very first track being something of a bit of a drone. The problem is that the sample ends early here. And, well, I could loop it. Should we try that out? Loop set. Listen for this splice. Actually, it sounds really good. Cool. So we got a looping sample. Oh, great. That's perfect. So a little bit much on the level. That might be nice. Maybe we should fire in with that right there. Loud on the high note, I think, though. Okay, we're gonna do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna hit record as soon as I see that splice cross the playhead. There we go. That should do it. Let's hear what we got. All right, and I don't know if I did that right because that was on. It worked, and that does have a hefty splice. I've been having problems with it. I mean, I got my technique down, but something makes me wonder if the recording head is doing something weird. Now, should we just do... So I'm feeding that into the reverb again, and I'm wondering if we should just sample that, but maybe harmonize? I'll sample that. Let's hear how that sounds. Right, let's plug the sampler back into track 1 so we can hear it. Put that back down. Ooh. That's also feeding back in. It's the sound of wind. A bit just wind soundy. Maybe I'll do that. I kind of like that. Let's do it on track 3 here. Set that up for record. I'll turn this off. I don't know if I'm recording anything to that or not. It's being weird for sure. Trying not to make it too... tape loops are weird because you're really stuck with what you got, and you can't change it unless you play the tracks up and down. So what we have here on this track 4 is a nice drone. You could just kind of just do it forever, you know, it'll go on. Are we still on, guys? Let me know in the chat. I'm giving you the number 303. Type it in the chat. Give me a 303. That's a lot of things. What's in retrograde today, my friends? Are we still online? Kind of seems like we are. Yep, I see myself giving myself the 303. I got myself a 303. That's cool. Shout out to OBS. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to how fast my computer was able to just boot itself back up. I love you all, and I know you love me too. Thank you, computer. That's great. I was thinking, wow, I'd have to do something strange. Hey, we do have Richard. Welcome back, Richard. I've been talking about you all day, my friend. So many machines, Richard. Shout out to all of my so many machines. Ooh. Let's celebrate by changing up the let's change up the vibe a little bit for that. What was I doing anyway? There we go. Let's change up the vibe just a little bit, just a little bit. I wanna change up the vibe. What do we like? Purple and green. That's always what I'm trying to go for. Hot pink, purple and green. It's weird. I remember being a kid in the 90s having... I don't know if I was ever allowed to have hot pink as my favorite color, but oh boy, did I love hot pink when I was a kid, and I still love it. You know, I don't know. It's like hot pink neon on black. That's my jam. Anyways, woo! We're back. We are back. I was going to have to put on the technical difficulty screen, but I'll have to show that to you another time because, woo! We are back. Okay, so we're trying to get track 3. There's really no good pitch on that on this sample. I'm feeling like we should start over again. So let's do that. Let's get the Casio plugged into track 1, flip down to mic line, tape mode, and find another. Try to stay somewhat away from these cheesy Casio sounds. Maybe I can do it. Here's their human voice sample. Feel like I can do better than that. I will need to unplug the input, and let's see how angelic my voice is trying to sound today for ya. Something. I just said I can't go any higher than that. That's right around cat territory, not quite chipmunk territory. That's great. I love that. So what I want to do is feed that into the reverb and then resample the reverb of that. We're going for just as muddy as we can get today. Yeah. Lo-fi. It's a lo-fi extravaganza. And you can reverse the sample as well, but... Is it sharp or flat? Because it sounds a little bit out of tune with everything else. Okay, I just tuned up the Tascam a little bit. Should be better. Okay, so let's do that freakiness again. It's feedback loops they're scary. That's why they're kind of seeming a little bit difficult because they're scary. Okay, so I gotta get. Thanks for bearing Freaky Teddy Baron with me here, because we got Freaky Teddy. No, I hit a weird button on my mixer. What a weird. It's got to be a weird day every day, right? Something's gonna go weird. It's probably gonna be on my show. We'll make a clip out of it for the Instagram later. Follow me on Instagram. There's a link somewhere to it. Anyways, okay, I'm getting distracted. It happens. There's a lot of stuff bouncing around in my brain here. Doing too much of the think and not enough of the sample. Okay. That's howling around. If I can get a cleaner echo, here's the echo jobber again. Now the echo would get sampled back into the SK1. Maybe I'll turn the dry wet down a little bit. Going for it. That's the sample. The SK1 makes this cute little pink when it's captured the sample, and then the SK10 does a whole arpeggiation of it. It goes. It's kind of ridiculous. I think the SK1 is a little bit more professional. Sounding good. I like the sounds of this. Now let's hear. We'll plug the Tascam. The SK1 is going to get plugged into track 3 of the Tascam, and we'll hear that sample that we just conjured up. It's freaky. Maybe a little bit too freaky. I don't know if we can. It's all just sounding like wind. I guess that's the reverb. Maybe we could do a track of just that. I'll set it for loop here. Hopefully that has a nice clean loop. It's clean. I think that will be okay. I don't know. I'm not super happy with it, but that's it. That sounds a lot better. You have to fish around here. Now, that's good. That is what I want. Okay, great. Let's give it a healthy level. Get a happy level. And kind of fires right in. I might have to change the envelope on that. Let's find a good one. I don't know. I got to learn these envelopes better. Yeah. Want it to sweep in. That has no sustain, though. We want the sustain. Maybe I'll have to do my old trick here, where I just bring the level in slowly. Okay, we're gonna do it. Let's hit record on this track 3 right here. Looking for the splice. I can't see it. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Boom. And we'll get some sound on sound, of course. It's gonna be a noisy one, I can tell. I've already let that loop around 3 or 4 times. It was like 2 or 3. Like 7 or 5. That is the tape. And of course, there's a bit of a dropout. I gotta figure this out, man. I'm slacking on my science over here. But that's kind of the magic of the tape loop, is that there's always some kind of unpredictable chunk or splice or something, and it adds that bit of rhythm. There's a click that I don't like, but you know, what are you gonna do? We could always try to record over that and then make a. It's weird when you get into infinite sound on sound. It's just a bit much. It seems to everything congeals into noise, and then the loudest signal, most recent and loudest signal, seems to take over everything else. So it's not like you can make a full arpeggio and let it loop around on itself. It's like everything just gets buried in noise. It's strange. Kind of like the reverb. We got reverb day today. So, I think we maybe ought to try some more vocal samples in the SK1 here. We tried out our reverb feedback loop. I think the trick would be just to not hit too many notes. You want to have it ringing just kind of one note, and then you get a nice soft pad there. But I do like this tape loop for today. I do like it, I will say. So let's head back on over here to the Casio. Let's see if I can get my angel voice going again. Let's see. I gotta add a little bit of vibrato. I grew up calling it vibrato, but I've heard so many people call it vibrato, which always sounded strange to me, but maybe it actually is vibrato, because you're feeling the vibe. Okay, so here's my angel voice. It does always sound like cats. I got too much tiger in me, but this is a baby tiger. I'll loop it and see if that sounds alright. It is gonna just loop like that, I guess. So let's speed up the tape, because the sample isn't gonna last very long. So if we speed up the tape, then tune them up. I'm gonna record that to track 2 on the Tascam. Well, hopefully this sounds good when we slow it back down. That's usually the trick, slowing it down. Oh, here we go. It's kittens. We got cats around. Let's hear what we came up with. Oh, man. It seems like every time I do some kind of vocal thing, it ends up being very freaky. It makes a nice reverb track, though. It's not too bad. For the drone Malone. I kind of hate it. It's rubbish. Let's record over that with something a little bit better, I think. Let us find something better than that. Not sure what the trick is. I'm kind of new to the Casio SK1 world. I know a lot of people have these things, and it's definitely a famous one synth around. Maybe we should use the good old Casio voice. I thought that I could do better. Clearly I couldn't. I think I'm gonna record something like that if I can. The trick is to time it out right. You know, you want it to land so that it sounds on purpose. And then we're gonna do this just janky status with sound on sound over the old one. Here we go. Let's hear what we got on that. See, that's the thing I'm talking about with the sound on sound. You can kind of hear what we did before via the old bundle of kittens back there. But the fresh sound on sound kind of takes priority over it. And that's not so bad. I might be able to live with that. It's sounding very crunchy. And I think I nailed the timing on that. Listen to that. Well, 2, 3, 4, 1. I can't count that up. It's not bad. It's not the best. It's not bad, though. And, well, so what now? I think now we got to speed up the tape and come up with some kind of a bass drone for this last track, if we can. Let's see. What does the SK1 have in the way of bass? They didn't put too much, you know, you can't go very low on these because they just have tiny little speakers on them that are meant for kids, really. It reminds me of The Frog and the Toad. Pipe organ that has a little bit of bass to it. That'll be the one. Okay, I think we're gonna get set up. Excuse me, had a sneeze there. Too many cats around. Not that I'm that allergic to cats, but you know, haven't had a cat in a long time. Let's see. So I think I just gonna fire right in and record that. There we go. And that should do it. And hopefully that's a happy tape loop. That would be it. Kind of barely. Let me slow the tape down here for a second here so we can see if we got a good bass. Catnip loop. Not sure if that bass turned out. It seems a little bit out of tune. Yeah, it's out of tune. And maybe we can conjure up a better bass. I want something deeper. Something with... Maybe we'll have to pull out... What do I have that can do that? It's all Casios. All of my batteries are in Casios right now. Yeah, that was a bit of a rubbish take there. And it happens. That's part of the experiment. Sounds like some poor machine breaking up or crunching out. We got Richard in the chat saying, it's funny how the more you listen to this, the more you get drawn into a sonic world that puts you in the mind of sci-fi films and aliens and supernatural phenomena. Yeah, that's why I like it. I really do. You don't need $50,000 of Moog modular synthesizers behind you to make, aka not plugged in, to make a film score. All you need is one tape and one tiny baby Casio. This is cool. I really like this. Kiera in the chat is saying, it's the sound of the early techscape. I like that. I don't know where you came up with that one, but it's the techscape. Tech, hopefully not a tech-escape, which hopefully doesn't have to happen. We want to have happy tech. That is a genre I like to play every now and then. I call it that anyway. It's kind of like really fast. Happy hardcore, but it would be tech, not hardcore. Let's see about this last track. I don't know. It's droning on. It's doing this little drone thing. So I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but try to give you a little chunk of my mind here. There's this vibe that I go for a lot, where something will be droning along like this here, and then there's some sort of, I'm sure there's some kind of a music theory to it, but for me it's just a music feeling. And you can have this, it's probably the key it's in, I guess. It's droning along in this one key, and then there's this is why I picked this note. There's this vibe that happens, and it goes like this. Wow, wow, and then it relieves itself. It's a release. It lets you out of the drone. It lets you go. Wow, 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 wow. Do, do, do. And I love that. I'm obsessed with it. I'm not sure what it is in musical theory terms, but I do it as often as I can. It might be a major minor release or something like that, but you are back in the drone. And now it's like you're just working in the drone factory. And then now punch out and you're relieved. Let's go, you know. I might keep that. I'll probably keep that. It grew on me. The drone grown. I just realized that you got to play it separately. These don't. They don't really go together. But when you do it like that, ooh. We got Cresshead in the chat. Welcome, Cress. I will call you Cress. Unless you don't want me to call you Cress, but I give everyone who's new a shortened nickname. Maybe we need some more reverb here. The star of the show, my reverb pedal. Need a little bit more. Come on. Now that will hollow round. And we're feeding it back into itself. Maybe I should... It's probably coming in just a hard pan. I'm sorry about that. It's strange. Let me plug in the correct channel now that we're done doing jankiness with this. We'll have one more listen to this, and then I'm going to play you a song. Okay. Well, I hope you have all had a fun time here on Tape Tuesday. I know I sure had a great one time for ya. Let's see. I gotta get this plugged back in. And we will see you next week. Okay, that should be a bit better. That's cool. It's got a little bit of a wow. Not sure where that's coming from. Didn't hear that before. That's cool. Going for all the sci-fi sounds I can. Sci-fi soundscape sleepscape. You guys, I've been working on... Well, I got 5 E's episodes. That's Electric Archaic Soundscape Expeditions. You can find a link to that in the description, of course. But I got 5 of them now, and they're each about 2 hours each. And that is enough time to make the ultimate E's Sleepscape. So I'm putting that together. I've been working on that for a while anyway. Back with the E. The EZO2 needed a lot of help, so I gave it that help. And I think I'm going to do the E's Superscape. I don't know what to call it yet, but it's going to be E's 1 through 5 and having all the nice edits. Anything that might disturb your sleep, I'll probably cut out of it because I want it to be a really calming sci-fi sleepscape. That is in the works. It's going to be about a 10-hour long video that I hope you guys can just put on and totally trip out to, vibe out, fall asleep. That's kind of like the end game of all of this tape looping ease craziness. And there will be cats purring in the distance. Big tiger ones. Tigwires even. Tiger jags. I'm talking about the jaguars with tiger stripes. My favorite. And I'm sure there we go. Tape Life. We got Master Tiger in the chat. And give me a like and subscribe. Once we hit 500 subscribers, it's going to be Tape Week. We're going to do a Tape Tuesday, tape every day for an entire week. So hopefully we can make that happen here soon. Soon for ya. That's cool. That is a happy tape loop indeed. I really like that. Thank you for coming out here to my channel, to my corner of the galaxy, and making some music with me. We got Kiara in the chat saying, safe tigers. That's the thing about tigers. They make it a power. I'm going to play you a little song I made here. This is my newest song. I built it based off of one of my original soundscapes. It's not really a soundscape. It's kind of more of a song, but I think it has tape loops in it. It's called Infinite Timescape. But this would be a bit of a remix, and I did it for a little special someone. Can you guess who you are? This one's called Infinite Clarity. I'll play it for ya. Maybe I can jam the tape loop to it. Sure love you all, and I love this planet, and I know that you love this planet too. Love your mother, you gotta love her. The one. I haven't said that for a while. And together we can make a better today, my friends. Let's make a better today so that we can have many happy, better tomorrows. Did you have a happy planet? It's your job, you know. Make your planet a happy one. That's it, my friends. I'm done. I hope you all have a great week. Give me a like and subscribe once again. Got a lot of cool shows coming up. Let's see. Let's take a guess. How fast can I get myself ready for Ease episode 6? Ooh. Check it out if you're new here. I got Ease episode 5. I did that last Thursday. That link is in the description. That's really cool. Live cassette tape looping. In general, freakiness, of course. I love you all. Have a good one.